Hey, so today I thought I'd just kind of like play around with some new products I had and products that I just wanted to kind of get to grips with and play around. I'm just playing around today. One of my favorite kind of like nail trends is this kind of like almost like dripping metallic trend that I'm seeing everywhere. Kind of varies from like full on borders of like metal that I want to try today to kind of like, as I said, just that drippy look of metal. I kind of want to combine this with a cat's eye gel just to kind of see what it looked like. I'm also trying to get to grips with chrome because it's very tough. It's very tough. You know, I've tried different top coats. I've tried matte top coats. I've tried buffing. I've tried so many different things to kind of stop chrome rubbing onto the other parts of the nail design. So let me know if you have any tips. But yeah, let's get into this nail set and just watch me piss about for a bit. So I got another Dyami nail tip here. These Canoe ones, they're just perfect for my hand size and length. Just gonna give it a clean because I have finally remembered to file the tip off the top there. That little bit of plastic that always gets caught on everything. I always forget to do it because I don't actually wear them. So I'm just like, oh, we're just having funsies. And thank you for all the tips in general, but also the tips about good lint-free wipes because I have been struggling to find genuine lint-free wipes. I do love a cat eye polish. I really, really do. So I'm going to start with this as a base. Of course, if this was a real fingernail or a fingernail that I was actually going to use, I do a bit of light buffing, a base coat, etc. So a lot of people asked why I did a coat of this in the very first video I posted. A coat of this without doing like the magnet bit. And honestly, I just did it because that's what I saw the pros doing. But I'm going to do without that today. I always get a little bit worried on a clear nail because I don't want to see the real nail underneath. There we go. But yeah, while I'm doing that, I just want to talk a bit about my allergies because yes, I am wearing gloves, but let me just explain a bit more about what happened. I don't react at all anymore. What happened was I was really stupid and I got excited and I tried to do like a Russian dry manicure with an e-file. I believe that's what a Russian dry manicure is anyway. Damaged my fingernails, but also the skin around my fingernails as well. I went in a bit too hard with like a buffing add-on thing and ruined the skin around my cuticles, and basically my skin was just really susceptible to everything in that nail polish that I used. So it's kind of like rubbing lemon juice into an open wound kind of thing. So now I don't do that. I just push my cuticles back. I will use a nipper here and there. I know people dislike nail nippers, but I do only cut off very dead overhanging dry skin, and I've been absolutely fine since. I took a break for maybe 2 months off any polish, gels even, and also that's another point when it comes to regular polish, lacquer, I am very allergic to that. I get dermatitis around my eyes, contact dermatitis, which is a shame. I unfortunately discovered it when I was using one of my favorite nail brands, so I had to stop using it. I think I'm fine with Holo Taco. I don't think I have any issues. I don't know what ingredient it is to be exact, but I don't know. Never mind. I do prefer gels anyway. I feel like you have more playing time with gels. With polish, I would just like completely panic. So for this one, I want a bit more of a defined kind of line. It doesn't quite come off on camera how it looks in real life. It's got this real kind of like, okay, cool. So I'm going to cure that now. Can you see it? Can you see it? You can kind of see it. I'm going to cure that now for 30 seconds again. Okay, so the issue I had when I did my own nails with this is it didn't look like there was a lot of depth between the metallic kind of like border and the cat's eye in the middle, and I kind of want that separation. So I'm going to go in with the Tiny Pudding Gel, which is a clear gel and quite a thick one, but I'm going to just apply a thin layer of it, just kind of add a few layers. Somebody told me that was called pond nails when you keep doing top coats. So yeah, I'm just going to do quite a thick one. If I just show you this. Tiny is one of my favorite brands when it comes to Korean gel polishes, just because I find them very amateur friendly. So I'm going to try and go in with as thin a coat as possible. It's really nice and self-settling, so I'm just going to give it a minute. Okay, and I'm actually going to cure that for 60 seconds just to be sure. So next up is going to be creating that kind of like border around the nail. So I've seen and I've tried 2 different ways. This is the Nryan. It's almost like a 3D painting gel. I don't actually know the name of it, but it's a little bit thick like this. It is a little bit hard to work with. I have also seen people use the Crazy Top, the Jinbei Crazy Top. Again, still kind of thick and goes on a lot thicker. A lot easier to work with. So what I think I'm gonna do is kind of create a few layers with this as like the main base, and then this kind of add a bit more texture on top. The Army brush kit here. I think we're gonna use, not that one. We're gonna go in with a long liner brush. And then for the Crazy Top, and then to add a bit more depth and a few more details, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a stubbier brush. You can see that stubbier brush. I am following kind of like the directions that I see professionals do online of like the layering and what to do and when. But if you do have any tips, anything you think I can benefit from to make this easier, do of course let me know. So the Crazy Top, we are now just going to pretty much just go around the side, squiggly like this, and do some patterns, I guess. Just going to dip it in, allow it to drip. I'm not really think about it. This does hold quite well, but I would still say you don't have a lot of like playing around time. So I'll do like a little bit, then I'll cure it, just flash cure it real quick. It's tough. What I struggle with is like seeing the pattern, because obviously it's clear. So I'm like, does that look good or not? And then you kind of put the chrome on and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks fine, like that will do. So I'm just gonna flash cure that. Okay, so just 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna go back around. So the more I zoom in, the less it kind of like focuses properly. Here, just build up a bit of build up, you know. The last thing I'm going to worry about with this design is it looking thick, like having a thick nail. I know a lot of people don't like that. Listen, I don't mind shit attached to the nails, it looking thicker than usual. I quite enjoy it, I'll be honest. I feel like luckily this design doesn't require much precision. You know, it's going to look like a little bit thicker one end, a little bit uneven. I'm going to cure that, and then I'm going to go in with a slightly thicker one, just to add like a few lumps and bumps here and there. You can see it's kind of like not as free-flowing as the other stuff. So I'm just going to put this like here, for example. You know, just fuck it up a bit, make it look a little bit unstructured. These are all non-wipe, which is good because it just means instead of having to kind of like do a top coat around it, we can just go straight in with the chrome. I also have tried putting black on this first, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't see that much of a difference. I didn't think the silver looked any more silvery or chromy, so I'm going to cure that now for a whole 60 seconds. This silicone matte, let me zoom out so you can see it, is from Danji Nail, and it's just like a silicone matte that's like a little bit sticky. It's a really nice big matte. It kind of goes on off screen for like a little bit more. It's wipeable, you just can wipe down with some acetone. It's been very handy. So as I said, these are both non-wipe top gels, so I'm just going to go with a cheapy chrome that I got off Amazon, just because I don't know what makes a good chrome, to be honest with you. So if you have any suggestions of a chrome that you particularly like, do let me know. Pat it off a little bit, and then be mindful of where I'm going with this. But also the good thing about this design is that you can just kind of mess it up a bit because it's not meant to be a perfect looking design. It's meant to be industrial. It's meant to be a little bit chaotic. I have seen designs where they kind of like lay down some silver paint first and then kind of build up around it. But what I love about these is all these little mistakes, like the holes here, the little bumps all in here. It kind of adds to the design rather than, you know, take away from it or make it look like you've done something wrong, because it's meant to be pretty much an imperfect design. Okay, and there's the thumbnail done, middle finger. So I am going to size up the rest of my fingers and create press-ons, but that I don't. Usually what I do is I would like file them, get them all sized up correctly, kind of file down here to thin it out a little bit, but I just literally just do it for these pictures, so I'm not going to bother with all that, but I will kind of show you, to a bit of like a music-y montage, the rest of the designs I'm going to do on the other nails. There we go. I hope you like that nail set, and I hope you don't mind me doing it on like press-ons all the time. But I'm giving my nails a bit of a break. They've been through a lot recently, so they're having a bit of a break. Keep tagging me. I'm getting loads of tags now recently at Neophyte Nails and over on my James Welsh Instagram page in designs that you like the look of. And yeah, I'll see you next time.